What's up, everybody? So today I wanted to touch base on your relationship to your database. So you've spent 3 hours every day accumulating a list of people who may or may not be interested in doing business with you, but they did throw you a bone. So you got their name, their email address, their contacts, so on and so forth. What do you do with that? You put it in your database and you forget about it. That's what most people do. They forget about the contacts they've accumulated, or they neglect them. So it's basically, to me, what it seems like is you're pouring water into a bucket, but that bucket has a gaping hole. So no matter how much water you put in, for how long you put it in, it's going to leak out. It's going to bleed. That's bleeding. So what do you have to do? So, for example, if you spent 3 hours talking to hundreds of people today, and you've got 10 contacts, you got to spend an equal amount of time in nurturing those contacts. Now, I'm assuming you already have a sphere of influence. I'm hoping you have some friends, family, that you will be getting in touch with. So, what do? Depending on how hot, warm, cold a lead is, you got to follow up accordingly. With a hot lead, you got to follow up anywhere from 2 to 4 days, or even weekly, or 7 days. You have to be in touch with them every week. You got to perform your research based on what the conversation was last time, and now communicate that research to them in a weekly manner. Or if you feel they're really ready, then maybe even 2 or 3 days. Warm lead, every 2 weeks. Cold lead, once a month. You have to be in touch with your cold leads once a month. So you've got a database now, right? You have to nurture it. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of realtors, who don't know how to manage the business that comes in and how to manage the business that they accumulate. Number one, if somebody calls you, it doesn't matter if it's the cops, the law enforcement agency, somebody trying to sue you, or your clients who answer the phone. Number one job of you being a salesman, of you being a realtor, you answer that phone always. You don't know who's calling. It might be business ready and willing business knocking on your door. When I was a buyer back in the day, I did that, but nobody returned my call, which goes to show me that how good somebody is at their job. Yes, absolutely. When the market's hot, you're getting business left and right. Well, what's going to happen when the market kind of goes down? It's a cyclical process. What goes up, what comes down. It's all about nurturing the relationship. So number one, always answer your phone. Doesn't matter who's calling. Doesn't matter if it's an unknown number. Your job as a realtor is to always look at a potential phone your job as a realtor is to look at a phone call as a potential client. Number two, go through your phone. Go through your database. All the contacts you've spoken to. It doesn't matter if it was your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your aunt or uncle. It doesn't matter who it is, how well you know them or not. Get in touch with them. Talk to them. Introduce yourself, and then ask them if they know of anybody who's willing to buy or sell. Now, if you're a smart realtor, if you're a hard-working realtor, you'll do your research before calling somebody. So, for example, if my aunt lives in a certain neighborhood, I'll just quickly open up MLS, do a little bit of research, and then pick up the phone and let them know, hey, aunt, this is what's happening in this neighborhood. Remember, if you need to buy or sell, reach out to me. If you know of anybody who needs to buy or sell, reach out to me. Number three, all the people you talk to every day, categorize them as hot, warm, or cold. And then, if it's hot, boom. Within a couple of days, reach out to them again with the research you've done in accordance to what you spoke about with them last time. Reach out to them after 2 or 3 days maximum and let them know, because you've heard the saying, strike when the iron's hot. Otherwise, you may as well just lose it, because within that little bit of time, somebody else will come in and fetch your business. So, hot leads every 2 or 4 or 7 days. You have to be in touch with them regularly. Let them know you're out there. Let them know you're doing the research, and keep them up to date on their needs and wants, so that they know that you're actually caring for them. You're putting in the work. Warm leads every 2 weeks. Gotta stay in touch. Once again, do your research. If somebody lives in neighborhood X, they're wanting to sell there but buy in neighborhood Y, do your research on both neighborhoods so that you can let them know how it's going to be when they're selling and how it's going to be when they're buying. Cold leads, toughest ones out there, but here's the thing. Think long term. Nurture that relationship. Everybody's in a chase mode. They want business today. They want to close X amount of homes this month. If it's not working this month, the lead's out the door. Don't be one of those stupid jackass realtors. You pick a stone, you pick a rock, you'll find 100 realtors. 98 out of those hundreds are just making ends meet. They don't know how to utilize the resources, the leads that are in their